In Oedipus Rex, Sophocles demonstrates the inevitability of fate. In the scene where Oedipus confesses his concern about the prophecy, Oedipus reveals that he had run away from the king of Corinth, whom he thought was his father, in order to prevent him from dying, seeing as the prophecy stated he was to kill his father. While Oedipus is a virtuous man with good intentions, his curiosity, pridefulness, and stubbornness spur him to ultimately fulfill his prophecy. Now we see that same rot and corruption spreading through Littleton, as our characters Eddie P. and his family attempt to eradicate the zombie virus.
Did you hear? Eddie P. thinks he can get rid of the rot.
Does he? Maybe we gotta go have a little chat with him.
Yeah, he's getting too big for his britches, saying stuff like he's gonna save the state by act or word and that success is sure. And getting really curious, asking how the rot started, saying he would fain know all. And when people who know the truth don't want to tell him, he's stubborn. For shame, no true Littleton would thus withhold the word of truth.
Let's go to Littleton and see what's going on. Do you know who started the rot? I need to get rid of this plague.
You'll only sow your own doom and everyone else's. You are the last one to enter the camp, and you'll be the first to leave.
Listen here, if you know anything, you better start talking. I won't have you hurling unjustified insults at me. Unjustified? You'll see.
Where are you going?
Off to the CDC. I'm going to try and find a cure, or at least why the zombie virus is spreading. Maybe then I can stop it.
Didn't the Weird Sisters warn you not to do that?
Yes, but I have to. To rescue the city. Maybe I can find something in here. What's this? It's labeled Disease XXX. That's the name for the rot. From our extensive research, blah blah blah, we concluded origins. The effect of Disease XXX are a result of the genetic mutation that occurs through the inbreeding of a woman and her son. The act of incest infects the son, mutating their genetic code to cause him to spread an airborne pathogen through their pores that turns others to rot. That's disgusting. I should take this news back to the camp. Not another zombie. Take that. Ugh. Eddie, you must keep searching. It's not over till you find the source of this rot. Come on, a whole town depends on you. At the very least, you could solve its problems. Didn't your parents always say you were gonna be something? Prove them right for once.
And don't you want to know if it's true? Wouldn't it be awful to never know?
Jojo, come here. I have something I want to tell you about.
What?
I really hope I'm wrong. These are just my suspicions, and I hope to God that I'm not right.
Just tell me, Eddie. Maybe I can help.
No, it's not like that. Now my imaginings have gone so far. Who has a higher claim than thou to hear my tale of dire adventures? Listen, then. My father was Jackson of Texas, and my mother Mary of New England. And I was held the foremost citizen. Till a strange thing befell me, strange indeed, yet scarce deserving all the heat it stirred. A rowdy guy at some dive bar, drunk with wine, shouted, "Thou art not the true son of thy father." It irked me, but I stomached for nonce the insult. On the morrow I sought out my mother and my father and questioned them. They were indignant at the random slur cast upon my parentage, and did their best to comfort me, but still the venom barb rankled, for the scandal spread and grew. You see, everyone really respected them, so I was respected too. So privily, without their leave, I went to Vegas, and the Weird Sisters sent me back, balked of the knowledge I came to seek. But other grievous things they prophesied, woes, lamentations, mourning, portents dire. I moved to the country after, where like the Tudors, everyone seems to marry their cousins. But the next part of the prophecy was still atrocious. To wit, I should defile my mother's bed, and raise up children too loathsome to behold, and slay the father from whose loins I sprang. Then, lady, thou shalt hear the very truth, for I learned something from the CDC which troubled me greatly, which reminded me of something many years ago. As I drew near the forest, a man came out frothing at the mouth. I struck him full on my head with my fists, yet I was quits with him one more. One stroke of my knuckles sufficed to fling him clean to the ground, and I laid him prone, and so I slew him. But if betwixt this stranger there was aught in common with Larry, your ex-husband, who more miserable than I, what mortal could you find more God-abhorred? Wretch whom no sojourner, no citizen may harbor or redress, whom all are bound to harry from their homes. And the same curse was laid on me, and laid by none but me. Yea, with these hands all gory I pollute the bed of him I slew. Say, am I vile? Am I not utterly unclean? A wretch doomed to be banished, and in banishment forego the sight of all my dearest ones, and never to tread again my native earth? Or else to wed my mother, and slay my father Jackson, who begat me and upreared? If one should say this is the handiwork of some inhuman power, who could blame his judgment? But, ye pure and awful gods, forbid that I should see the day. May I be blotted out from living men, ere such a plague set upon me its brand.
I don't understand. Did you believe the random man in the dive bar?
Well, I felt what he said stirring in me for a while. People pointed at me sometimes and whispered things.
So that's why his words rankled so?
Yes, I couldn't forget them.
And what did you do after hearing the prophecy?
I ran. I ran from my family in the hopes of saving them.
Even though there was a prophecy?
Yes, I mean, I just couldn't sit around and do nothing and avoid a fate like that.
But perhaps in running away, you made it come true.
I know. Oh, my life is ruined. What did I ever do wrong?
What did the man you killed look like, Eddie?
He was already sick, but he still had some of his blonde hair.
And did he have blue eyes?
Yes, I remember them staring up at me after I killed him.
And where did you meet him?
Not far from where I later met you, perhaps 20 minutes out, in a clearing beside
A stream?
Yes, but this is not enough. I cannot yet be sure.
Eddie, stop. Please, don't continue.
But I have to finish the hunt. It's the only way this village can ever be saved.
We did have a son, me and Larry. But we were too young, so I gave it up for adoption. Oh no. Please tell me it's not true.
I must find the truth. I'll call Jackson and Mary and ask them. Mom, is it true then that I was adopted? We never wanted to tell you so you wouldn't feel different. And the worst of my fears has come true. It's all over. Let me be punished, locked away from everyone. At least then the town can heal. Sad face. Well, there goes another unraveling.
I almost feel bad for him. Maybe if he hadn't run away from his first home, none of this would have happened.
Oh, it would have. It was inevitable. The prophecy would be satisfied one way or the other.
So there really wasn't anything he could do?
That's sort of sad, but that's just how fate is.
That's just how life is.
That reminds me of Oedipus. Do you remember him? He was a sweet boy.
Of course. Remember that moment after talking to Tiresias and Creon that he begins to realize that he could have fulfilled his prophecy?
Yeah, but instead of stopping there like Jocasta told him, he just kept going for some reason.
Yeah, Oedipus was always a really stubborn guy. Even when he was talking to Creon and Creon was trying to hint at the truth, he instead accused him of treason, attempting to remove him from the throne. And again with Tiresias, when Oedipus accuses him of being a vile slanderer who blurteth forth these taunts, goading Tiresias against his will to speak.
And he was really proud. After he promised to find Laius' killer, he refused to back down. He said, "The burden that I bear is more for these subjects than for myself." Part of it is his responsibility to his people as the king of Thebes. He was also very curious about the whole play, hence his quest. He calls for a seer, Creon, Tiresias, and a shepherd, and many more to seek the truth.
Those flaws, along with his desire to push forward even after suspecting the truth, caused his downfall.
Although really, his downfall began before he was born. We made him destined to defile his mother and kill his father.
True. Speaking of prophecies, let's go check up on Macbeth.
I could use a bagel. And
Thus, Sophocles reflects the Grecian belief that fate is outside of mortal control. In addition, he reflects the idea that moral corruption rots all of society.